Raider Nation, what is good? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We have some breaking news. The Raiders and Antonio Pierce have decided they needed more guys in the secondary. Not only do they claim Thomas Harper, made a video about him if you want to go check that out, but they also signed a former New York Giant, a 4th round pick out of UCLA, in Darnay Holmes. When you look at this Raiders DB room right now, you have guys like Nate Hobbs, Jacorian Bennett, Jack Jones, and DeCamerion Richardson. Outside of those 4 guys, there is no corner depth at all. So they go out and they sign Darnay Holmes, who reunites him with Patrick Graham, and this will be to the 53-man roster, the active roster, not the practice squad. So this guy is going to see at least some sort of, playing time, most likely, with the Raiders going forward. So what I wanted to do was go through his film and break down exactly who the Raiders got in Darnay Holmes. Do I like it? Do I not like it? I'm really in the middle right now. I'm not too overhyped about it. I'm not too underhyped about it. I'm kind of in the middle. I need to see how he does, but this is not a guy who's been nasty, right? He's been okay, right? We're going to break down his film, and I'm going to show you guys why it could be a good signing. Before we do that, make sure you guys hit the like button, and if this video gets to 200 likes, we're going to be posting another one of these videos, but we're going to have a full Gardner Minshew career breakdown. That one's going to be a great video. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's get into the film. All right, here we go. First play I want to show you guys, we're going to see Darnay Holmes off the corner here on a nickel slot type of blitz here. This is a huge one out of the corner from Darnay Holmes. We're going to see him blow up the running back, force an incompletion from Jared Goff. Now, this is very important because if it wasn't for Darnay Holmes, this is probably an easy completion for Jared Goff, right? Now, the one thing we notice about Darnay Holmes, the dude he's got a high motor. He wants to make a good play every single time. I think he does a really good job there versus Darrell Henderson. And again, whenever you get pressure on a quarterback, you can create one of 5 different scenarios. A bad throw, which you get there, maybe a bad decision, a forced fumble, interception, sack. So on this first play that we see from Darnay Holmes, I think the motor is something that stands out to me. So again, I don't know where specifically he's going to play within this Raiders defense, but I think he, potentially has some versatility of maybe playing outside, but mainly in the slot. Adds a little bit of depth behind Nate Hobbs, at least in my opinion anyway. I don't mind the signing. Let's continue to watch some more film. All right, here's another play. We're going to see Darnay Holmes right here. He's going to be covering the middle of the field, just basically reading the quarterback's eyes here. Something you love to see in zone coverage. Again, I don't know where he specializes, if it's man or zone. He's kind of just in the middle, right? Doesn't really have any specific part of his game that I love. Well, on this play, reads the quarterback's eyes, ends up jumping the route, gets an interception there. Beautiful. I can't show you the entirety of the play because it will get copyrighted, and, NFL kind of sucks in terms of that. But thought this was a really good play here. I believe this was last year. Nice little pick there. Again, I don't really know exactly. I wanted to see an Xavier Howard or someone like that come off the board. Someone who can definitely be an outside corner alongside Jack Jones. But I do like the versatility that he brings. Now, here's another reason I like Darnay Holmes. Next to the line of scrimmage, just a really solid tackler. Throughout his career so far, has about 115 total tackles, 89 of those were solo. He also has 2 forced fumbles and 4 interceptions as well. Here's a nice little run up the middle to Curtis Samuel. He comes up and helps stop him with Landon Collins a couple of years ago. Again, footage all isn't from last year, but he's been on the Giants for probably the last 4 years, since 2020 when he was drafted in the 4th round. Again, I don't love Darnay Holmes. I think he's got a lot to prove, and if he can reach his potential, I think he could be a solid player for us, especially in the dime formations where you want 2 kind of slot corners for the most part. You'll have Nate Hobbs, you'll have Darnay Holmes. So that's where I think he can be, utilized in this Raiders defense with Patrick Graham. But again, he's got a lot of work to do. Before we jump even further into the video, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And we're going to be covering the Raiders throughout the entirety of the season. Every single game, offense, defense, individual player breakdowns of the film. So make sure you guys join the family. And if 3, 4, 5 weeks go by and you're kind of not really feeling the film breakdown anymore, you guys can just, easily unsubscribe. So make sure you guys join the family. Check that out if you want. Comment down below a letter grade for this signing. I'm going to give it a B- right now. I want to give it better, man. I said in my last video, I was hoping an Xavier Howard would come off the board here, someone in that type of tier. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Darnay Holmes will add a lot more than I think right now. Well, I'm hoping he can get better, man. I remember coming out of UCLA, I was a big fan of him, and maybe didn't live up to the hype right away, but probably could still hit that hype, depending on how he develops here in Las Vegas. That being said, let's kind of dive back into the film. All right, here we go again. Another play next to the line of scrimmage. This time 3rd and 1, right? Big down. Need to get a stop here. It is in the second quarter, but again, like to make these stops here, especially when they're around their own end zone. Try to get this ball in great position for your offense. Darnay Holmes, great job reading, reacting, and attacking here. He's going to be lined up right here in the middle of your screen. Right, he's going to actually reposition a DB, and then he's going to read, react, and then attack, right? Good tackle there on DeAndre Swift. Good hit, forces a 4th down. Another play that I like to see by Darnay Holmes. You can never go wrong adding someone who doesn't care about going and making the tackle, right? Sometimes you'll find guys like, Greedy Williams, for example, coming into the NFL, wasn't a good tackler, wasn't really well mechanically, was kind of scared at times to make tackles. I don't think that's Darnay Holmes at all. It's more the coverage that I'm a little bit concerned about, and as a corner, right, you should be concerned if it's not great. But I think he's shown potential to be a good cover corner at times. Just need to see some consistency. All right, here we go again. Another play I really like by Darnay Holmes. So I'm kind of seeing what Antonio Pierce and Patrick Graham want on their defense. Guys that just want to go out there and make tackles. This is a nice one, right? He's in obviously a zone, probably in a cloud flat or a hard flat over in this general area of the football field. And quite frankly, they're just going to, right, have him read and react to the quarterback's eyes. We can tell a screen's coming here for Elijah Mitchell. He's going to come in like a heat-seeking missile and just make a nice tackle. And these are the things I like to see out of my DBs. Go up and make a tackle, right? We got some decent running backs in the division, right? Isaiah Pacheco, Javonte Williams. Over in LA, you have J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Kamani Vidal. I think they just brought in Hassan Haskins, I believe. But again, another reason I kind of like Darnay Holmes is he's not afraid to tackle. Now, here's actually a bad play by Darnay Holmes. We're going to see him at the top middle of your screen right here. This is actually a couple of days ago in the preseason, so this is probably one of the negative things that I wanted to show you guys. Handoff of the middle. We're going to see him do a good job, closing off this lane, but then again, just not really getting a good tackle in here. Just letting him go, and there he goes down the middle of the field for a huge touchdown. Again, want to see this be a little bit better. But then again, I thought he filled the lane well, just didn't really secure the tackle, right? You're getting blocked by 17 as well, so you got to keep that into consideration. If you're 26, if you're 20, what are we doing? Get in there, make a tackle, right? That can't just be Darnay Holmes. A lot of people are really blaming Darnay here, but man, what are we doing? What are we doing here? So, I don't know. Listen, I'm going to end the video there. I want to see more coverage skills. You know what? This is what I'll do. If you guys want, if we get this video up to 200 likes, we'll do a breakdown of his coverage skills. I really liked his tackling, so I kind of wanted to focus on that in the video. So again, if you guys want to see some more coverage skills, I'll make a part 2 to this video. Just let me know in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next Raiders update, which should be very, very soon. Peace.